Anyone? Now, again, if you didn't format it exactly this way, don't freak out.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I can add all that stuff.
You could do it a different way, right? There's nothing magical about what I wrote here, right? As long as you got the concept and you explained it in some way, right?
I didn't really explain it.
Yes and no.
Yes,
Okay.
so did I.
That's fine.
Do we have to explain?
Well, I just put the year that it should have been reported based on
Yeah,
what it's telling us.
That's fine. Whatever. Okay. So one thing, if you've done accounting before, one thing that you've learned, and I hope, and if you haven't done accounting before, one thing you will learn is that when you do like notes underneath, you say a reason for the journal entry or what you're recording. There's no magic. There's no special format for that. You put whatever you need to put, and whatever, obviously, the most important is acceptable to your boss, right? That makes enough sense so that you can find what that transaction is again. Okay? Because at some point, the more accounting you do, the less you'll even look at those descriptions. You'll look at account numbers, right? It'll be kind of this matrix thing. You'll look at numbers and be like, oh, I know what that is. People get freaked out at Warner because I'm like, oh yeah, that number means this. Now, how do you know that? I'm like, I'm a nerd. That's what I do.
One of the ones I had on 1F, I was like, it should be reported in later years if it wasn't going to be collected till 0506.
1F, taxes for 2004 levied in 2003. So they were levied in 2003. They're for 2004. They're not expected to be collected until late 2005 or 2006 for $12,000. And you put what?
I just said reported in whatever year they're collected.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's fine. The main goal of this problem is this column.
Okay.
That you know what goes in this year's revenues.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's really what they're trying to get at.
Yeah, I didn't even put a revenues column.
Because again, they're trying to get you to understand what's on this year's operating statement, right? Which is what we've been discussing about the current year and the 60 days and all that. That's what they're trying to get you to do here. Okay? They're trying to get you to think about, okay, if it was levied in this year, it was collected in this year, right?
Does it really
when does
count
that
for
get
this year?
recorded as revenue? So they're saying from the standpoint of 2004, what do you record as revenue?
Do you want our reasoning behind it?
Yeah, yes, I do.
What our answers were?
I do.
Okay.
I would appreciate
I
that.
put the reasonings behind the ones that weren't revenue, obviously, because the revenue ones, obviously, they're self-explanatory.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, these are my reasons. Again, nothing magical about them. That's just made sense to me. That's why I put them there. That's how I reasoned that out. Okay? Those are different than what the answers have. I'll tell you that. They're different. Okay? Because there are times where the answers write like a paragraph. And I'm like, no, I'm not writing.
Yeah, short and sweet.
I'm done with that.
So for 7D, I also put I put reported in 06.
7D. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but I didn't put like that revenues column or anything.
Yeah,
like
this, I would say this is important.
that. Okay.
So you want to know how much, because, and the reason it's important is because of B. Where is it?
The amount of revenue.
Oh yeah, right underneath. So it says, so it gives you P5-3 and it gives you all the things, and it says required A, and it gives you the layout. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It gives you the layout. It says item recommendation 2004 revenues reason.
No.
You see that?
Apparently not.
Do you see it now? Do you see it now on page 216? Okay, that's still part of the problem. And then there's letter B down there. And it says, what total revenue amount should PIPA pass as a report for 2004? PIPA, whatever.
PIPA passes?
So if you do it this way, you can just total that sucker up and say this is the amount. Right?
Sure.
Does that make sense? Questions? Questions?
More than I can ask.
More? Well, ask one.
No, it's just kind of.
I know.
I mean, as you were saying, as I'm going along, I'm noticing that I recognize more, but I'm just not grasping it. So.
And that's part of the reason why this class is set up this way, right? That you try it, you struggle with it, you get frustrated with it, you throw your computer out the window, whatever. Then you come to class, right? And you've at least tried to struggle with it, okay?
Because tried to struggle,
like it or not, that struggle is the part where you're really right. It's like working out. None of us really like. People say they like to work out. That's not true. That's a bunch of crap.
I love working out.
Nobody likes to work out.
I love working out.
But, right? But
Apparently, I usually am.
when you do that, that struggle is what produces right results. Okay. Any questions on this one? Any more questions? What is the final number? The final number is 1,178,000.
And that's just adding those all up.
That's just
Okay.
just summing these.
Okay.
So I just set it to sum, and I said, okay, tell me all. That's why this column is there.
Give me the answer.
Right? That's why the column is there.
Yeah.
So that when you do this work, right, it's just like journal entries. When you do the work of doing the journal entries, a balance sheet and a statement of revenues, expenditures, and fund changes in fund balance is not hard. You just go up and pull what you did in your journal entries. Right? It takes time, but you have the information. Okay? Anything else on this? Chapter 5.